Anthony, let's start with you. Did you have an issue with Boone staying with Cole in the 7th, leading at that point in time 1-0, man on, and Muncy up at the plate?
Moose, I loved it. I know it didn't work out, but, you know, we live in an age where pitchers are flying out of the game, 4 2/3,
no doubt.
5 1/3, and, you got your ace on the mound. He is, he's kind of been uneven since he's come back from injury, Moose, and he's pitching great, and you're in the moment there, and you leave him in against a really good hitter. I didn't have a problem with it. I love the pushing. I want pitchers to go deeper, starters, especially Lions like Garrett Cole. I thought it set him up nicely, even though it was a disappointing result afterward. I thought it set him up nicely to get going in the second half, JJ. I don't think you can fault the manager here.
We are simpatico on this. As I'm watching this game unfold and I see Aaron Boone go to the mound, I'm fully assuming he's going to go and make a pitching change. But in this day and age, to your point, you're not used to seeing starters anymore pitch into the 7th inning. You're definitely not used to starters talking to managers and saying, hey, I'm staying in this game. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, and Aaron Boone basically admitted after the game that he made a mistake. But in the moment, I'd love to tell you it's a classic second guess. Like, this is not Tim Hill or Nestor Cortez in Game 1 of the World Series,
Can't let it
where
go.
I'm yelling and screaming and banging the tables as soon as Freddie Freeman hits the home run. This wasn't quite that. This is one where I was completely aligned with the managers. So Aaron Boone, John Jastremski, Anthony McCarron, and Garrett Cole, for that matter, we all got it
I
wrong.
didn't have an issue with it either, if I want to include myself part of that.
Yeah, get him caught.
All right, 8th inning, JJ. How does Grisham not score on the race double?
Well, for a couple of different reasons. One, he was not busting it around second base and coming around third. Second of all, it's an awful send by Luis Rojas. You want to tell me, hey, situationally, it's a time to send Grisham. Great, but, you got to read the base runner. He's not busting it around second base. I don't care how erratic that relay throw from Andy Pages might have been to Mookie Betts. You got Paul Goldschmidt and Cody Bellinger coming up, second and third, 1 out, down a run. Don't run yourself out of an inning. And there are a lot of statistics on this, Anthony, that indicate that Trent Grisham, when he's on first base and a double is hit, doesn't score a whole lot because he's not a fast base runner. Maybe he doesn't get great reads. Maybe it's base running instincts. Maybe it's hustle. Maybe it's all of the above. But watching this one live, I'm like, hold them, and he's out by a mile.
I understand the impulse to send there because the Yankee offense is bad. It really has been bad lately. They backslid in a horrible way since Aaron Judge went down, and runs are at a premium, and they're playing the Dodgers. It's a big moment. But I agree with JJ. This was Aaron Boone said he didn't have a problem with it after the game with the send. I got a little bit of a problem with it for the reasons you mentioned. Plus, Trent Grisham was on the injured list last month with a hamstring issue. If he's not running great, usually, a couple weeks removed from a hamstring issue doesn't seem to compute where he would be running great now anyway. And look, you'd have a chance to have Paul Goldschmidt up, I think, against a lefty coming up there too, which is the nice spot you want Goldie in there.
No doubt, that's his sweet spot.
Right, exactly. 1 out, second and third. There are opportunities there, but look, ultimately the Yankees pushed the envelope there twice and whiffed on both of them tonight.